Lin and Sue were inseparable good friends. They grew up together, went to school together, and shared the joys and sorrows of life together. However, all the changes took place in the summer. When a young painter arrived in the town, his paintings filled with fantastical colors and unique styles. Lin was deeply attracted by those paintings, and she began to visit the painter frequently to listen to his talk about painting, techniques, and artistic concepts, as if opening a door to a new world. As time went by, Lin's passion for painting grew, and her contact with painters became more and more. Gradually, Sue found that Lin was no longer with her as before. They used to go for a walk and chat by the river every day after school. But now, Lin always hurried to the painter. Once, the school organized an important art competition, and Sue was so eager to participate with Lin. She carefully prepared a program and felt that as long as Lin cooperated, they would definitely achieve good results. When Sue excitedly found Lin to talk about this, Lin said nonchalantly, "I'm more interested in painting now, so I'm not in the mood to participate in this." In the days that followed, there were more and more such things. Lin was immersed in the world of painting. She got closer and closer to the painter and other people who loved painting, while Sue could only silently watch her best friend get farther and farther away from her. She tried to communicate with Lin to save their friendship, but every time Lin seemed very grumpy. One day, Sue saw Lin and the painter walking into a gallery, talking and laughing. They seemed so harmonious, and Lin's face was full of smiles that Sue had not seen in a long time. Sue's heart tingled, and she suddenly felt that she had become irrelevant in Lin's world. On a rainy evening, Sue finally couldn't help it. She came to Lin's house, wanting to make a last-ditch effort. When Lin opened the door and saw Sue, there was no surprise on her face. She just asked lightly, "What are you doing here?" Sue looked at Lin's indifferent eyes, and the grievance and anger in her heart suddenly surged. "Lin, you only have your paintings in your eyes now, and you completely ignore our friendship for so many years." Sue's voice trembled, but Lin answered disapprovingly, "Sue, I'm just pursuing what I really love. Why can't you understand me? You're always so clingy, and it makes me feel depressed." Sue burst into tears when he heard these words. She never imagined that Lin, who used to be close to her, would say such hurtful words. Sue turned and rushed into the rain. Lin looked at Sue's departing back and suddenly had a strange feeling in her heart, but her pride kept her from chasing after Sue. From then on, Lin and Sue were like two parallel lines that no longer intersect. Lin walked farther and farther on the road of painting, but she found that whenever she encountered difficulties or achieved results, Sue's figure always appeared in her heart. She began to miss their friendship, and she also tried to enrich her life so she won't miss Sue too much. But every time she passed by the place they had been together, her heart still ached. Until one day, Lin found a photo album while sorting out old things, which was full of photos of her from childhood to adulthood. Those beautiful memories suddenly came to mind, and she suddenly realized that she had lost the most precious thing. In life, in pursuit of painting, Lin decided to go to Sue to save the friendship, but she didn't know if Sue would forgive her after so long. When Lin arrived at Sue's house with a nervous mood, she found that Sue had moved away. Neighbors told her that Sue had gone to another city to start a new life. Lin stood in front of the familiar and unfamiliar door, holding the photo album tightly in her hand, tears blurring her eyes. She knew that, because of her willfulness and negligence, her friendship with Sue had been completely broken, and they could never return to the past. As time went by, Lin gradually came to accept that she had lost a beautiful friendship. She realized that the breakdown of friendship often did not happen overnight, but gradually evolved with changes in mentality and lack of communication. When two people stop trying to understand and care about each other, the relationship is prone to become fragile. What the story tells us is friendship needs to be managed, especially in the process of growing up. Everyone's changes and priority adjustments may make the relationship subtly change. True friendship is not about one party sacrificing for the other forever, but finding a balance in mutual understanding and tolerance. Sometimes, the end of a friendship can feel like a loss of a part of yourself, but it often offers profound insights into personal growth and self-awareness. After such a breakup, one might realize the importance of boundaries, the need for mutual respect, and the value of trust. Learning to recognize toxic patterns and appreciating those friendships that bring positivity and growth. Though painful, The breakdown of a friendship can sometimes be a catalyst for self-reflection and self-improvement, helping to create space for healthier, more fulfilling connections moving forward.